Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my most worn items of the summer. I'm going to be running through the 10 things that I wore the most. You guys will be really familiar with this format, and I have to say I want a quick little bit of feedback from you before I jump into it. I noticed when I was pulling all the items for this video that a lot of them are ones that I've worn so much and featured so much on my channel before. So what I'd like to know is whether you would prefer if I did these videos once every 6 months covering autumn, winter and spring, summer. Just because at least that way I won't be featuring the same items over and over, because I really don't want there to be too much repetition in my videos if I can avoid it. So I want to start with the first piece, which is this navy ruffle shift dress from Karen Walker. Just like this. I actually bought this off eBay. I managed to score it for a really good price. I didn't manage to snap it up when it was in stores, and honestly I think I've mentioned this a few times, but I don't really tend to buy Karen Walker full price anymore. I just find it a little bit out of my price range for what I want to be spending for every single day. But I adore this. It's got a zip up closure at the back, and then it has this amazing ruffle detail across the front, which actually goes around the back of the dress as well, and there's ruffle detail on the pockets, which I just think is really beautiful and ties in really nicely with the design. This is really easy throw on piece. I like the fact that I can also wear it in autumn and winter as well by putting a little skivvy underneath and then just wearing some black tights and heels. It's just a really great staple piece for me, and I do really like shift dresses. I don't really tend to wear anything that's super fitted, so this has just been one of those perfect pieces to have in my summer wardrobe. Next I want to talk about a wardrobe staple that I think appears in every single one of these videos, but it is a little silk cami, and I've actually got a couple. I have a few that I tend to wear on rotation, but I just thought I'd kind of highlight a couple of my favorites. So I've got these little camis from Grana. This is one of their newer wash silk styles. I also have the V-neck style that they do, which is really nice. It's a double layered and more of a thick heavyweight satin style silk, but I really like this one. It's quite similar to the Everlane silk camis, just like the one I'm actually wearing today as well. I've got it in 3 colors. This is one of my favorite things. I actually throw these in the washing machine. I just find them really easy to care for, and what I love about silk camis is that they are perfect for Sydney summer. So in Sydney it does get really hot. It gets up to 40 degrees. Usually it's above 30 degrees Celsius in the summertime, and we have very high humidity. My commute to work is about 45 minutes in the morning, and I do wear what I'm wearing to work that day, so silk camis definitely come in handy. And I'm lucky because I do work in a more creative environment, which means that I can get away with wearing silk camis. But I can say from my experience working in corporate offices here in Australia, I didn't have any issues wearing camis either. I think it's just partly to do with the weather. But yeah, that's number 2 of my most worn for summer. I thought I'd talk about another old favorite, and this one is from Mademoiselle. It's the white cotton courier shirt, I believe it's called. I bought this when we went to Europe for Luke's brother's wedding. We went to Italy. I will put the vlog up here. We had so much fun. It was a really amazing holiday, and this came along with me. I wore it loads then, and I'm still wearing it heaps now. I really love how billowy and oversized it is, and you can actually wear the sleeves a bit longer if you want to unfold the sleeve. Like I've folded it up, I prefer it that way, but I mostly wear this tucked in. But I like the fact that you can also wear it loose, and you can wear it with a pair of leggings or jeans in the winter, just worn loose like that. So this is a really great staple too. It's cotton, so it's breathable, and I believe it comes in a silk. They've got a number of different iterations of this shirt. It seems to be one of the classic styles on the Mademoiselle website, so I will link a few of my favorites down in the description box below. I might quickly talk about one of my favorite bags and most worn bags of the summer months before I jump into the rest of the tops, and it has to be my Celine Trotteur bag. I bought this before we went to New Zealand for Luke's birthday, and it was such a lucky find. I managed to get it, I think 30 or 40% off at David Jones, and I'm so pleased with this bag. It's one of those ones that I reach for on the weekend. This is usually the bag I take with me because I find it's pretty carefree because of the leather. It's pretty scratch resistant, so it's a great one for me, and I think it's a really good size as well. inside it can fit all of the essentials that I need to take with me on a day-to-day basis. So this just ends up being the one that I tend to reach for most weekends. As you will all know, I use my linear tote bag on a daily basis at work just because I tend to take my lunch with me, so I need a larger bag for that. But for the weekends, this is my go-to and I love it. I'm actually going to be doing a full review on this bag, on how it's worn, what my thoughts of it. As you can tell, I do really like this bag, but I am going to do a more extensive review, so do keep an eye on my channel if you are thinking of picking up a bag like this. I feel like this next top will probably come as no surprise because I've mentioned how much I adore it in so many previous videos, but it's my spot wrap top from J. Crew. So I snapped this up last year and I'm so glad I did. It was sort of more of an impulse purchase, but I do love polka dots. It's probably one of the key patterns that I have in my wardrobe, and I have talked about that a lot on my blog. I might link some of the posts in the description box too in case you want to see some of the outfits that I've worn wearing polka dots, but this is one that I've reached for a lot. Again, like silk camis, I just find that this is a really easy throw-on piece. It works really well with all of my outfits and I can wear it to the office. I know it does bare my shoulders a little bit, but again, I work in a creative office, so it's not really an issue, but I do think this is a really beautiful one if you are looking for something to kind of wear for going out in the evening, or if you want something a little bit more dressed up for the weekend. And I just find it really flattering. I mostly tuck this into skirts. Probably the skirt that I wear it the most with is one that I'm going to feature very soon, or is one that I'm going to talk about very soon, and you guys will probably guess that one as well. But yeah, this has just been a really great addition to my wardrobe and I know I'm going to be wearing it for months and months to come. The last top that I wanted to mention is this grey indigo linen top from Karen Walker. So again, this is one of those eBay finds. I do love getting a little bit of a bargain on eBay, and I really love the fabric of this one because it's so nice and lightweight. It's really breathable because it's a cotton linen mix, and I just think this is really cool tucked into skirts, like things that are a bit more fitted on the bottom, just because I love mixing up those proportions, as I think it makes for a really interesting silhouette. So yeah, I love the fact that this also has that kind of collarless detail, and again, I think this is going to be one of those things that I will be wearing a lot into the autumn as well, particularly as Sydney doesn't tend to cool down too quickly. So yes, that was another little goodie. Then I want to talk about a couple of skirts that I've been wearing a lot, and actually they're both very similar, but these really have been the two skirts that I've worn so much over summer, just because I think they're really versatile and I think the colour has a lot to do with that. So the first one is my J. Crew white denim skirt. Again, I'm pretty sure I featured this in my spring most worn video. I will link that up here if you want to watch that. But this was one of those things I bought in Dallas last year and I'm so happy with it. I got this in a size 23 for those wondering. I'm probably a waist 24, and they do a lot of vanity sizing at J. Crew, so just keep that in mind if you decide to buy anything from there. But what I love is this raw hem, and I like the fact that it's high-waisted, and I think it's a really good length for me as well. And it's really hard wearing. It's got a lot of stretch to it too, so that's a great one. And because it's white, it's a blank canvas, so pretty much everything's gonna go with it. Then the other one, it's another denim skirt. You guys have probably guessed that. This one is from ASOS, and you probably will have seen this popping up a lot on my blog and on my Instagram. Again, those will be linked below if you want to check them out. And I like that this one's high-waisted. This is a much sturdier denim on the other hand, and it actually has a hem rather than a frayed edge at the bottom of the skirt, and it's got pockets on the back. Very handy. This is a really good one, and again, I have been able to wear this to work just because of the fact that I do work in that more creative environment. Then I just got two more items to share, and they are both shoes. And I want to start off with sandals because I feel like summer is the time to be wearing sandals, and the ones that I've worn so much have been these from Sportscraft. Now, I bought these before we went to New Zealand for Christmas. Actually, no, did I buy them before we went to the Maldives, sorry. And I really wanted to get a nice pair of flat sandals that were in a neutral colour, ideally not black, that I could wear with everything, and these fit the bill perfectly. I love the snakeskin print detail that crosses the toe, and then they've got kind of a nubuck leather at the back. These have been so comfortable, and if they're still in stock, I recommend getting a pair. They did have another colour option in these, but they go with everything and they are just comfortable right off the bat. They didn't give me a single blister, and they've got a lot of cushioning in the sole as well, which I think is really nice. I know that for the seasons ahead I'm going to be looking at Sportscraft for their shoes because I've been really pleased with this particular style, and I found that they were a really good price point as well. So the final item, and a pair of shoes that I wore a lot over the summer, had to be my Vanelli two-tone pumps. So these are very Chanel inspired, and I have talked about actually investing in the real thing. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've sort of got some other priorities, but I love these shoes. I do want to get another backup because I've worn these to death, but they look like this. You will have seen them so many times in my outfits, in all of my different lookbook videos, and also on my blog. These are featured a lot on there as well. These run true to size. If you're thinking of buying a pair, I have noticed they're still on the Nordstrom website, so they don't seem to be going away anytime soon. And I actually have these in a charcoal too, which I think I'm probably going to be whipping out pretty soon now that we're coming into autumn. But I love these. They are neutral, so they go with everything, and I like the fact that they've got the fabric covering at the toe as well. They have an adjustable strap at the heels, so you can adjust that depending on what's comfortable for you. But yeah, these have been really great, and they have worn really well considering how much I have thrashed them. Those aren't my 10 most worn items for summer. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'd love to know how many of those items that you guessed would be in this video. Probably most of them, because I am a creature of habit, and I'd say I'm probably pretty predictable in that sense. And I'd love to know if there's anything in particular you have been wearing lots over the summer or winter months if you live in the Northern Hemisphere. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please do subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more videos like this from me, and I will see you guys next time with a brand new video. See you soon. Bye!